There were some reports out there that Kenny Pickett wasn't going to play at all in the aftermath of his injury on Sunday. He is playing tonight. He has no designation. Questionable, doubtful. No. He is good to go. There are some of the big injuries where there are designations for tonight. Ryan Tannehill not playing for the Titans as we expected. DeAndre Hopkins questionable with a foot injury just a few days after having 3 touchdown catches against the Atlanta Falcons in the Will Levis breakout game. The Steelers are favored by 3 in this one, over-under of 37. This one, to me, I don't know what Will Levis is going to do.
Yeah, right. That's the big question, right?
This week, right? Although I had someone high up with one of the teams tell me, Will Levis is going to get people fired because Will Levis is going to be good, and all those teams that passed on him, their general managers are going to get called into the principal's office, and they're going to get asked, why in the hell did you not take this guy? That's the prediction from somebody very high up with one of the teams that didn't need a quarterback, but that would have at least considered Will Levis and liked Will Levis. We'll see. But I remember when Lamar Jackson was having his MVP year in 2019. I think Jay Glazer reported at one point that season.
Right.
All these other owners were like, what the hell were you guys thinking?
Yeah.
Passing on Lamar Jackson.
Right. Well, I mean, we might have just saw one get fired the other day because they passed on Will Levis. It might have already happened. I mean, really, with the Raiders and all that. We talked about the quarterback situation. But I understand the point there. I get it. I'm not ready to quite say like, oh, man, they got him for sure. They got their guy they needed. But, damn, that was a good start. It really was. There's something to be said about the presence of Will Levis on the football field, how he looked in the pocket. He looked like a big Adonis out there, that's not going to flinch with anybody around him. And, of course, as we just showed in some of those highlights, it wasn't like it was like, oh, we got to manage him and dink and dunk it and all that, right? And, again, I hate that when they manage guys like that because it's like, hey, coach, dinking and dunking for 4-yard throws is not that easy. But when you do it after a few times, the whole defense is there, and I'm trying to squeeze it in between 7 people every time for a 4-yard gain, right? But they let him throw the ball down the field, and you saw the talent there. You could see he's a really good athlete, all of that. But, this is a different type of thing, too. It's one, hey, you're at home, and it's a comfortable environment. It's Thursday night football. It's a short week. You are a rookie quarterback. And, to something you always talk about, it's the Steelers with their back against the wall, and they do some crazy stuff on defense that, a lot of quarterbacks aren't programmed to go like, oh, wait, they're doing that and playing this coverage, right? The Steelers will do some outside-the-box type of stuff that breaks the rules in a quarterback's mind that can make things interesting tonight. And I think you're exactly right. That's where the conversation starts tonight is how he handles that, being under pressure from T.J. Watt and Highsmith. Is Cam Heyward coming back tonight, or is he just off IR? That's another thing to look at here. So he's back. So this is going to be a Steelers team that's going to have a little juice and energy with Cam Heyward back in the lineup too, and we'll see how he handles it.
He hasn't played since week 1.
Yeah.
The groin in the regular season opener against the 49ers. And during the Jaguars-Steelers game on Sunday, at one moment I looked up, and Cam Heyward was on the sideline, and he was it looked like he was helping coach the team. And just like you can tell just how a guy carries himself on the sideline if he's head coaching material, that's one of the indispensable qualities. You have to look the part.
Right.
You have to exude the right demeanor. You have to have your shit together. There was just something in that moment when I saw Cam Heyward, I thought, that guy's going to be a head coach in the NFL one of these days. I hope I live long enough to see whether or not I'm right or wrong. And, of course, he has to want to do it. But there was just something like, damn, that guy's got the presence. That guy's got the demeanor. That guy could be patrolling a sideline and running a team in the NFL if he wants to do it. Obviously, you got to work your way up. You got to learn the game from that perspective. But he's had a chance to do it so far this season. He's been very involved with the
Got the headset on, right? He's been wearing a headset.
Yeah, he had the headset.
I know.
There was just something. It was just, you just know it. After 50 years of following the NFL, you know it viscerally when you see someone that can pull it off and when you see someone who can't. He can pull it off. Definitely pull it off, and we'll see what he does when he's done playing. He's been around forever. He's a great fixture in that organization, and they'll be better with him on the field. They won't have Micah Fitzpatrick, though. He has the hamstring injury that he suffered on Sunday against the Jaguars. He's out.
Yeah, that's big.
Heyward in, and Will Levis in for something on Thursday night. Fourth quarter, when they play Renegade, that's going to be the moment Will Levis realizes, hey, this is a different game. This is a different game than University of Kentucky, baby. Nothing against the University of Kentucky, but that ain't like playing at the Pittsburgh Steelers in prime time. So we'll see what he does. I thought he was great, and this is just one of those, I love the opportunity to sit and watch the game.
Right. One
play after another.
Yep.
Only that game. How does Will Levis look? We'll find out tonight.
Yeah, no, I'm excited. I mean, again, there's some things here to where you could see a pathway to him having a successful night. That's for sure. One, we know the Titans can run the football, so that with Tyjae Spears and of course Derrick Henry, they're damn good at the running back position. They're healthy up front. Their first round picks, Peter Skoronski, he's back going strong here. So that's a positive for their football team. They found a way to get DeAndre Hopkins going, in the pass offense. Westbrook Akine is a threat down the field too, right? So, and then Levis, as we see, he can launch the ball and take advantage of some of those big plays there to be had. So I'm excited with that. And then you couple that together where the Steelers defense is, as we know, it's a playmaking defense, but it's not a great defense. You can move the ball on the Steelers. The thing is, can you get it in the end zone against the Steelers? That's got to be the one thing. The Steelers are great at letting you drive and they make you kick a field goal. But the other thing too, when you play the Steelers, you almost have to, as a quarterback, go, wait, I'm not going to let their defense make a big play. That's got to be part of the game plan of it's okay to throw it away. It's okay to get sacked every now and then. How many teams have we seen this year, their offense or their quarterback loses the game against the Steelers because they're feeling good. Now they want to take a chance. We saw it last week with Trevor Lawrence a little bit down on the goal line, throwing a bad interception. Has to be in the back of your mind. But I would think with the way the Steelers D is playing, hey, this Levis has a chance to have success tonight. They should be able to run the ball on Pittsburgh, and that should be able to set up some play-action passes and some big plays against a not-so-good Steelers defense that's opportunistic is what I would kind of say about them. So that's where it's exciting in this matchup, and we'll see what Levis has.
And, the other secret weapon that Will Levis has, and it's not much of a secret, his head coach, Mike Vrabel, knows a thing or two about playing in Pittsburgh. He played for the Steelers. It's just a matter of piercing through that mystique, that vibe, that intangible but very tangible reality of they keep it close and then they find a way to get you.
Right.
The Jaguars, impressive on Sunday. Their ability to withstand that. It felt like it was lining up that way, and the Jaguars were able to avoid it. Mike Vrabel can help Will Levis and the rest of the Titans avoid that tonight. We'll see. Should be a great game.
Yeah.
Great way to start Week 9. And that's coming up tonight.
You would agree, too. You would agree, too, I think you would agree. The Titans are comfortable in Steelers type of football game, right? That's what I think is intriguing too. We know the Steelers want to keep it at 17-14, 20-17, and they just want to, hey, we'll out-hit you somewhere in the fourth quarter and you'll fumble and we'll get a short field and a touchdown or a field goal and we'll win the game. That's really that's kind of how they win games. They just go, we'll out-hit you longer than you're capable of withstanding it, and you're going to fumble or make a mistake at some point. That's the incredible thing about the Steelers that we talk about. But Tennessee's kind of built of that same fabric. They're kind of like, oh, yeah, we like 17-14 too. We do. And we'll, like you say, Vrabel's a great coach. He knows how to manage situations and do all of that. So that's where it's going to be interesting. And then, the other side of this is we talked about Tennessee's offense, but can that crappy-ass Steelers offense get something going tonight against the Tennessee Titan defense is going to be the other thing to watch, right? It ain't good in Pittsburgh on the offensive side of the ball. And I don't ever see anything to make me think it's about to turn the corner here. And with as simple as it is, this to me are usually the offenses that I feel like Vrabel and company kind of shut down because they go, wait, we got them down. We know what they do. We understand their rules, and they come up with a crazy game plan where they cover everybody. So that's where, it makes the matchup very interesting too.
Night game with a little extra time for some pregame consumption in the parking lot. They will be shouting They will be shouting. That's not funny. They will be shouting, "Fire Canada!" Shouting.
Oh, I know they will be. Are you going? You going to go tonight? You going to get the terrible towel?
No.
No?
No.
All right.
I'm not going. It's too cold. It's too cold. It's too cold.
What else?
I only go to the games when it's warm out.
Oh, that's damn. You're a fair weather fan.
My son's already laying the foundation for tickets for him and his friends to the NBC game on December 23rd, Bengals at Steelers. He's already. I say it's going to be cold that day, son. They don't care. They want to go.
Yeah. That's well. He shouldn't care. He's in his 20s. I mean, when you're in your 20s, everything is like, let's go, step on it. I mean, of course he is. I don't think when you're in your 20s, you're just like, yeah, let's do it. It's gonna be 4 degrees out. Okay, I'll drink 4 more beers and I won't feel it. That sounds good. Let's do it. So get him some tickets. Don't cheap out. All right. Make sure you get some top notch. Get them in the box or get them in the first few rows.
I'll have my butler set it up.
Oh, you set it up. That's right, you rich SOB. Get it set up, you jerk, okay? But it should be fun. I'm excited for tonight. Here's the other thing that's amazing about the Steelers. Just let me say one more thing. I'm sorry. They're 4-3. It's the damnedest thing I've ever seen that they're 4-3. I feel like they've been outplayed in almost every game the whole season. And how many times do you see a 4-3 football team have the 3rd worst offense and the 3rd worst defense in the league, and they're above 500? It's like an anomaly with how they do it. It really is. It's one of those things where you can't put your head around it. And like I said, there's a part of me sometimes. Yeah, it's
Renegade.
Tomlin. Exactly.
It's when they play Renegade.
It really is. It's unbelievable. And that's why it's like I love watching them and I root for them. But at the same time, I don't want them to win because I'm like, damn, if they get in the playoffs, it's not going to be all that good. They're going to ruin the playoff field. It's going to be an ugly wild card game. And I don't like that. So we'll see what goes on tonight and how Kenny Pickett looks. And hopefully he's healthy and able to throw the ball around the field a little bit.
Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.